Hello everyone, welcome to Loving Life conversation series, People Who Change the World. Today we're at TRIBUS Dream. You just celebrated your 2-year anniversary. Congratulations. And we have Diyala and Najla, who are two co-founders of TRIBUS. Marhaba.
Marhaba, how are you?
Doing well, thank you so much. So I want to start with the question of what's the backstory of founding the dream? How you guys decided, why TRIBUS, what's make it unique?
First, we wanted to say thank you so much, for coming, and first of all, for coming to our anniversary yesterday. We loved having you. We loved showing you a piece of TRIBUS and what we're about. And I think the first thing that you saw was the community. So this is the most important pillar in TRIBUS and what we believe in. This whole thing started with me, Diyala, and our partner Nouf. And we were just sitting one day and we felt like we wanted to build this place that cares about women in a way that we haven't seen it done in Saudi before. We wanted to have a fitness hub where people felt like we are working and helping them with their physical health, mental health, emotional health, and just build this community of women that feel like they have a place where they're always welcome and they can be themselves. And so this is how it started.
It started, I would say, so the story is, yes, we've been celebrating, this is our second anniversary, but it's 5 years for both me, Najla, and Nouf.
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey. So for us, it took us a lot of time, I think, because it wasn't a lot of time, because we wanted it to do it right, and we wanted something, again, an impactful place to study. We talked about this yesterday. I remember when we said that sometimes things take time, and the creation of something that is more impactful, that is actually creating a community and having people from all walks of earth, like yourself, come in, and friendships are created and all these things. So it took a bit of time, I think, but I think, and also the 3 different people that are behind it as well. All 3 of us are very different in our personalities and in our journey into fitness.
Yes.
I think my journey into fitness was for mental health reasons, and I think Najla's journey is different as well.
Honestly, I experienced it myself. I wasn't having a healthy lifestyle for a long time. And when I moved to Hong Kong, I mentioned to you, I lived there for 1 year with my husband. And so while we were there, I started, my husband is extremely fit, so he's the one that kind of inspired me to start. And I went on this journey, on my own, I discovered, what felt good to me, eating more healthy, working out, and how it affected me in all aspects, and how it really changed my life. And after I felt that, I wanted to share it with others, and I wanted other people to feel it, because when you actually do work on yourself and you take those hard steps, now in life everyone wants that quick fix, and it's hard to fix everything, at the same time with those quick fixes. But if you take the time, go on that journey, and do it yourself.
Put your time and effort into the process.
It's all about commitment. It's about discipline, and also discovering what it is that you need for you, because what I need is different than what Diyala needs, than what you need. So it's discovering that. I think that's very important, and this is what we want to help people find within themselves, because not 2 people are the same.
Yes, exactly. That's actually the mission of my show. It's about empowering everyone to be the best version of ourselves, because there's no cookie cutter one size fits all solution.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you mentioned about mental health, which is a topic that's close and dear to my heart. And also, I think, especially after COVID, people have time to do self-reflection. There's a lot of mental health issues. And I think having physical exercise and having a community is a very strong whether you call it solution or building a community to help women with mental health. How are you thinking about the elements of the gym? Because when I attended the anniversary yesterday, it was so well organized. I want to say I felt connected with the team, with everyone, with the universe. I want to ask how you guys work together to create such a welcoming, safe environment for women.
I think it goes back to the differences that we have. I think because we're all different, we combine, even everyone at the team, at the family, what we call TRIBUS at the end of the day, every person has an input. And I think that shows a lot when we do an event or we do classes or we have everything. Because we like to say a lot that TRIBUS is a home for everyone. So that's the thing. We want to create an environment and a space that attracts everyone to come in and feel comfortable, because at the end of the day, when you come into into this area and the space, we want you to forget everything that you're facing, the struggles, the stress of life, of work, of family, of all these things. Come here, you come here for an hour or so, you just focus on yourself and you give that time for you at the end of the day. So I think it's just making sure that any person coming in, every member, every client, every person that just walks in, that feels when they enter, when they pass these gates, they are themselves, and there's nothing in the world that can stress them out, basically, other than just focusing on finishing the workout.
And also speaking of, our events and the organization and everything, to be honest, and this is true from the bottom of my heart, it's our team.
Yes.
Our team is amazing, really. Like, we cannot take credit as founders for all of this without mentioning our team, because without them, none of this would have happened.
Exactly.
From everyone, from our head coach Alicia to our manager Abir to all of our trainers, Sonia, Daria, Asma, Sharon, to our front desk girls, we have Dana and Dana and Haneen. Every single person, these girls are, these women, I should say, are really the foundation of who we are.
Exactly.
And everyone works hard to achieve this. And I think, like we did building Tribus, we focused on every single detail building this. The three of us, Diyala, Nouf, and myself, we agreed that we wanted a place that was, fully rounded. Like, we focus on everything from the music to the vibes, general vibes, to the people like that we choose to be part of our team. Every single thing is thought about. Every single detail that you see in this gym has been like fully studied and executed in a certain way. And this is what we do in every single event. We think about the tiniest thing. Well, if you, for example, get off at this location, or we go somewhere, how is it going to make you feel? Are you going to be happier here? Are you not? So we think about everything, we plan everything so we can execute it properly and give you, the best thing we can give. And that's the experience people will have with Tribus in general, I hope. We try our best.
We try.
Yeah.
I think you have achieved that 100%. Yesterday when I was at the Tribus event, from the moment I landed, you were already at the location, but you find someone to welcome us, and it's almost like it's customer service without feeling it.
Yes.
Because that's the best you want. You don't want people to be in your face, but you want your customer to feel that. Yes, exactly. That's how I felt. So I think that's a real success. And then, as you mentioned, it's about coming here. It's a space for you. You forget about all the work, family, all the responsibilities you have. This is really a space to cultivate yourself. Yes. I want to ask a question. is related to what you just described, the vision and the culture, but also business. So when I talk with entrepreneurs, people have different priorities. How do you make sure this is the best you can give creating a culture while make it, make money, make profits, and make it sustainable? Because there's one line in America, we say no mission without margin and no margin without mission, but it's very hard to do in reality. So how are you balancing both?
I think when it comes to, obviously, as business owners, as entrepreneurs entering any field, money is an important factor, but also we forget that, especially in this day and age, that it's a matter of also what you can give and how you can give it. It's
authentic.
Yeah, you have to be authentic. You have to actually stay and be authentic with your values by creating something that's worth the money this person is spending. At the end of the day, money is not as before. Everything is, how would I put it? You have to actually care. People are spending their hard-earned money. So what can we give them that's the best of the experiences? Not everything needs to be expensive. It's just about someone caring about the details, about the process of how a customer's journey is going through. About, as Najla said, that it took us 3 years for a reason, to focus on the customer journey, from the music to the people, to the team, to the location. Every element of what we do, or I think any entrepreneur does in this day and age, is about the overall experience the customer goes through, about the value that we give to this customer, because we want to add value to them, because they're investing in us at the end, and we're taking their hard-earned money, or they're investing in us to make them feel a certain way. So we have to, it's a balance at the end of the day, if it makes sense.
Yes.
And there's something that you really need to know, especially talking to Saudis. They have a high standard. Like, they know what they want, they know what they deserve, and they know luxury when they see it, So here, I feel like it's very, very important to actually meet the standard. You cannot, let's say, TRIBUS is kind of considered to be, in the more luxury type of
Or higher,
gym, higher end. It's so we have to cater to people's needs. You cannot ask someone to come in to this place and then not give them the service that they're asking for.
Yeah.
So, yes, to answer your question, it is a hard balance, but once you find it, it's worth it, because we try to cater to everybody and to everybody's needs, and people will, come and pay if they see that the service is what they're paying for. Because, especially Saudi women now are, in the workforce, and they do not have any time to lose. So they want to come, they want to work out quick, and they want to get the best service they can. And that's what we're trying to provide. We don't cater to just one type of woman, but whether she is a stay-at-home mom, whether she's a student, whether she's a doctor, engineer, like Diyala said, lawyer, whatever. We have all kinds of women visiting us, all ages, from older women to very young women, 18 and above. We try to cater to all of them and to each need. But I think
Yes, it's a brilliant answer, and I love your response. It's not about how old you are, what profession you do. It's about coming here to be the best version of you and have a high quality service to meet your standards. And really, this is the best hour, the best 2 hours of your day. And you mentioned about, whether you're a mom, and then you're a mom, and I'm a mom, I have 2 kids, and then you have 2 jobs. So how are you guys personally balancing, being a co-founder of a gym and being a mom, being in 2 jobs? We talk about whether it's work-life integration or work-life balance, how do you do it all in a
I
sense?
think the mom needs to answer this
The
one.
mom side.
I'm just
I always
person with a
like
job.
I always like to say is that in the same year I had two babies.
Yes.
Because when we first opened TRIBUS, I was actually working and on the day I delivered.
Yeah, yes.
You
I
know,
remember.
like still on the day that I delivered,
Najla FaceTiming me.
I was, you know, like puffy and like calling the girls and like just trying to get everything ready because we were about to open. And, you know, I put my heart and soul into it just as I do in being a mother. So the same year I had my son is the same year we opened TRIBUS. You know, and now I just had my second child in the second year of TRIBUS. So, you know, it's really come full circle. And
For the third year, Najla's.
no, let's not, you know, get too excited, but you know, it's very important to me because, you know, I love being a mom. I'm a mom first always. But I think it's very important to be an example also to my children as they're growing up, to know that, you know, I can be there always with them, but also, you know, I was able to build this myself with the help of my partners. It's like I said before, it's about finding that balance. You know, I wake up, the first two things I think about are my kids and like TRIBUS and checking like, oh, is everything okay? And
the class is booked.
everybody on the team calls me like the mom anyway. So I
Which
mommy
is cute.
everybody. My kids and you know, everybody here. Have you eaten? Is everything okay? Is everyone like, do you need anything? So
Najla coming with 10 boxes of food.
yeah, you know, so it's about finding that balance, to be honest, and I love it. I love TRIBUS, and it's about prioritizing, you know, certain things, and this is why it's we're in a time also where you can work from home.
Yeah.
And so it's when I need to be here, I am, and I can bring my kids with me or not, depending on the situation.
KSA, hey, they're always welcome.
So yeah.
Unlike, I think hats off to both of you. Obviously, being a mom is more difficult, I would say. It's the hardest job ever. And I've seen my mom, and she was one of my inspirations, honestly, growing up. My parents, both being present parents, and seeing Najla being like such an amazing mom, and seeing her being so active and being a really great partner is a godsend, honestly. And it's such a beautiful thing to witness and be a part of someone's journey in this. And I really appreciate you for being so present at all times. And as well, Nouf also is like me. She also works two jobs. I think because TRIBUS is I don't really consider TRIBUS a job personally. I think I think it's very obvious for me and to the girls that this is more of one of my biggest passions. I am not the fittest person on earth. I am not the most physically active person, but I think, as I mentioned, I think creating TRIBUS was more of I wanted to be part of something bigger, and I got to be part of something bigger with amazing partners, an amazing team, amazing like tribe members as well, meeting so many different people along the way. Getting to learn, getting to grow as a person is what encouraged me to become an entrepreneur personally. Because the thing with businesses is it's a great way to become or grow as a person. Because what you invest in, what you create in, is something that will change someone's life. So the balance is worth it. The creating this ecosystem, because I also worked 3 other jobs before that. I'm in different fields. I'm very diverse in the background I have. I was in F&B. I'm still in F&B, art, and now I'm into media and fitness. So I have probably the weirdest background most people have here, and I think I love that. I love the fact that I can be a part of a bunch of things at the same time, because I think that makes you a better business person at the end of the day. knowing a little bit of everything creates something that's different for people,
Yes.
at least for me.
And
Yeah.
also to mention the support from people around you, like people outside of the small TRIBUS family. Like, I couldn't have done it without my husband, helping out a lot. My family, like it takes a village.
Yes.
It's
It's like a tribe to build
it takes a
tribes.
tribe. Exactly. It took a tribe to build tribus. And honestly, without our family, like my sisters, my parents, everybody, my husband, all of these people, and Diyala's family, Nouf's family, like the support,
friends
our
as well,
friends,
honestly.
it's been like overwhelming. So these people really are the foundation.
Yes. Because it's a community
It
of
is.
people with similar values. When you
Yes.
mention, you don't think about it as a job, it's a passion project. The whole idea behind this show, Loving Life show, is the strong belief that I personally share is people who pursue their passion can make this world better. Because
100%.
when you have passion, you care about every single detail.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, I get my job done, bye-bye. You keep
Yeah.
thinking about it. When you
Yeah.
mentioned about FaceTiming Diyala because after birth, because this is your other baby, it's on your mind.
Before, during, and after.
Yes,
I remember.
always.
I remember
Throughout the whole
that.
thing.
I faced
Hi, this is my new baby. What happened at the meeting that you had yesterday? This is
Don't worry, can you just relax? It's
Yeah.
okay. Enjoy the birth.
We got it.
but it's you would not be able to fake this, like from all of our ends. These two girls are amazing, Nouf and Diyala. Like they work these full-time jobs and they're still present, and they do everything. So I feel like we also kind of feed off of each other's energy.
Yeah.
So when one of us, we know that she's like at a point where she's really like reaching like the burnout level, the other two step in, or whoever's here. So honestly, as a team, we work very well together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we try to support each other without someone coming and being like, I'm very overwhelmed, can you help? We know
Yes.
Like, yeah.
automatically. So we do step in for each other all the time, which I think is extremely important.
I think that's a healthier way of doing things. I think when you have partnerships, it should be more about actually caring, because you're three
Should
or
be an
many.
actual partnership.
Yeah, because you're actually caring about
Yes.
this. You're a bunch of people investing their time, their money, their effort into something. So they have to actually love working together. They know that sometimes they need to know and feel each other's pain, their struggles, their stress, as Najla says. I think that's the thing, that's the beauty of it, and that's why I feel the luckiest. And yesterday I went through a list of like posting, and I was like, the first post I saw, and I'm really, I think the girls don't understand how much I'm really appreciative of them. They are the creation of what created Tribus. We struggled for 3 years. We created and waited for 3 years. Not a lot of people stay for 3 years together in a partnership to create something, and we have not yet opened yet.
We were gonna kill each other at some
some-
time.
Yeah.
That has to be mentioned.
It's not all
But,
rainbows.
but it was.
But it's what I think at the end of the day,
pushed through.
We pushed through. I think at the end of the day, seeing the clients and seeing the team and seeing the environment that we created and seeing so many people like yourself coming in and trying or being part of this country and coming to experience this. And it is unique to us, and this is us. We haven't taken something from someone. It's purely ours, created by 3 Saudi women with an international background of girls around us, with so many diverse. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm so proud to have
And
that.
also, there's one more thing we need to, like, one more person, honestly, that we have to mention that really helped us in this journey is Panos.
Yes.
He was our mentor. He's from Athens, Greece. And he helped us build it. We really needed, especially in the beginning, we had the dream, but we needed someone to help us with how were we going to achieve it and how were we going to reach this dream in a very structured way. And he owns gyms all around Greece. And we were introduced to him, and honestly, I don't know where we would be if he didn't guide us. because he believed in us. He believed in our vision. And, you know, at that time we were three young girls, like no idea what was happening. We knew we had this and we wanted to achieve it in any way or form. We want to do this.
I think especially just to have a background that fitness in the country here, especially gyms, weren't as common or mass, or there was the standard. And because the first time we met, not the first time, sorry, the first time we discussed the theory of TRIBUS, we were discussing about what's missing in the market.
Yeah.
What can't we have? We go travel these countries, we go experience these countries, but we can't seem to find something that talks to us. There are amazing places here, but what is talking to me?
Especially now, there's a lot
of I have
of
to
amazing
places,
gyms
honestly.
owned by Saudi women as well.
Yes.
And businesses owned by Saudi women in general are amazing. So we have to say that. But at the time,
Yeah.
when we wanted to open, we didn't personally feel like there is a place where
Yeah.
we could
Connected
just
with
be.
it, yeah.
You know, and in a very healthy environment. Right now there is.
Yeah,
that
we
has
have
be
to give
mentioned.
props to everyone now. The business industry, the F&B, the fitness, any industry in the country currently, all the entrepreneurs are putting their heart into their businesses. You can tell the effort that's being done today is something to be extremely proud of, because when you come here and you see, have you been to any of our restaurants and our places
Yeah.
it's educated? It's thoughtful, it's considerate, there's detail, and that's the thing I think being of the Gulf has that, because it's part of our traditions as Arabic people, or as anyone, the Gulf people, is that the term we use?
Arab,
GCC.
actually.
Arab, yeah.
Arab people in
Arab generally, they
general.
have this generosity and this willingness to create a certain experience when you come to someone's house.
Yes.
When you have to give that. So I think they're also bringing it to their businesses today as well. And I think that's the thing that is different from the rest of the world in terms of a customer experience point of view, because it's not just about an overall customer experience, it's actual thought into it. It's this person's feelings, it's this
Yes.
person's specific thing.
Yes. It's like hosting people. This is
Exactly, and
the
really good at
TRIBUS
hosting.
family, and
Yeah.
you come in, you are my guest.
We love hosting.
Yeah, that's an Arab thing.
That's something like in our blood. That's for sure.
Yes, we recently were invited to friends' places, and wow, it was,
I'm sure they fed
Fed
you
you.
like until like food was like
yes,
you couldn't breathe anymore. That's an Arab thing too.
yes, it really is. So we felt the hospitality, the generosity, and also when you were describing taking care of others, taking care of each other, taking care of yourself, I feel you're truly living your values. You're not just talking about it, thinking about it, but you're living it.
Exactly.
Your action, you're
Exactly.
really doing it.
And to be honest, everything we do, and you know, this is a fact. Every single thing we do for Saudi women. You know, this is our biggest motivation, because you know we are so passionate about our country and about really like just wanting to give everything we can to this place,
To
you
our
know,
home, to
to
our
our
country.
home. You know, it's so if we could give like a tiny bit just to make people feel, you know, this way, we that's what we want to do, because Saudi women are just they deserve everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, they
I
deserve
think
the best.
generally anyone, especially I think generally women tend to not have the best experiences when it comes to a lot of the industries, because it's not ever centered towards them. And I don't want it to be a male perspective of a conversation, obviously, but I think a lot of people don't consider the female perspective and experience, especially as businesses grow. And even when you compare it to Western, like now people are investing in creating like a female perspective,
Yes.
or in businesses that are considering more than one person, not just one spectrum of society or one thing. And I think that happens in the States. It happens all over the world right now. And I think that's the beauty of being in almost 2023 right now.
Yes.
We're heading to 2030. We're very close. And I think being such a global world that we live in right now, and that we're also super connected, and the it's not like before. Business is not like before. It's not traditional. It's not a one person or one specific thing. It has to talk to everyone, and it has to be focused. If we're talking to women, we need to talk to women. If we're talking to certain people, we need to understand what they want and give them the best experience that they need at the end of the day. That's our jobs as people in the industries, as entrepreneurs, as people in the corporate world. At the end of the day, we are here to do and serve something. And it's not just doctors, that's us.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's everyone else.
And it's, especially at the time when we opened TRIBUS,
COVID.
other than COVID,
COVID.
and
Yeah.
all of this amazing stuff, it's at the time, what you would find for women here would be like, a very like small box where you're on a pink mat doing only yoga or Pilates or something like that. And we wanted to give women everything. You don't have to just do yoga is amazing. We have the most amazing yoga instructor. Pilates is amazing. But also, some women want to do boxing. Some women want to do
Muay Thai, they want to do
like Muay Thai. They want to do like strength. They want to do all of these things. So why not create a space where they can do all of that, not just focus on one thing? And why not come into a place that looks like this and
Yes.
this be a gym for women?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be and have a certain look
Yes.
for it to be for women?
or a color
Yes.
or an experience. Yeah.
Or a certain color, or anything. Why can't this be something that women want to come and see? And like this boxing ring, we use it a lot. Don't get me wrong. I think if you go into the area, you'll see that it's very much used. But at the same time, it's kind of like a symbol. You come and the first thing you see is the boxing ring.
There's a reason for it.
It represents a lot. It represents strength. It represents that you can come here and you can do anything. We have our all of our spaces. We have our Pilates room. We have our yoga room. So you come here, you feel like, okay, I want to do this today. I want to do that. You're not just in a box, forced to go into one direction.
Exactly.
Yeah. Instead of boxing, women can only do yoga or Pilates. Women can be strong. Women can.
Yes, you can lift.
Yeah, you can lift.
Lifting won't make you like this. All of these things that come
perception of-
and these perceptions. And what's wrong with a woman looking strong? It's beautiful. It's amazing.
And what's wrong with men doing yoga?
What's wrong?
Or
Exactly.
spinning, which I think is like a big thing now.
I think men should do every single workout they want to do. And women should do the same. A woman wants to lift. You want to do yoga every single day for the rest of your life, do that.
Yes.
But, we want every single person who comes into this space to feel like, okay, I can do this, I can do that.
Yeah, I can try.
I can try.
That's
Yeah.
You never know until you try. This is our...
You never know until you try.
Yes.
Advertising upstairs.
You can go upstairs and check that out. But
We should shoot a bureau over there too.
yeah, so it's about empowering women, and inshallah in the future we also want to expand and have things for men, women, for kids maybe one day.
For kids.
Maybe.
But for now we're focusing on empowering women.
Yes.
And it's amazing watching some of the girls who started with us 2 years ago, and then seeing how strong they are now, and how confident they are now, and
And how much fun they have when they come in here. And you see
everyone
them-
knows each other. Like you come in and everyone's like, "Oh, hi, how are you today?" And it honestly it really like put everything into perspective. I
Yes.
feel like
I think every time we come in,
we were actually talking about this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where were we? I forgot. We had an event. Yes, we had the Joe and the Juice
Oh, yes,
event.
yes.
So Joe and the Juice hosted a big like fitness event, and they had all of like the best gyms in Riyadh come and compete.
Yeah.
The clients would compete in teams
So it created
against
this
each
sense of
other.
community.
And honestly, our team won.
Congratulations.
So thank you. But you know, it's not the winning. I feel like
It's the fact that it was our
but
what they were
watching
doing.
them
Wow.
together, like you could see how our clients were different, and you saw the community. You know, you saw how they were all like cheering and screaming for each other and like supporting each other. If one of them was tired, the other would like jump in and just help her. And the way they fought for it, like I
Yeah.
was honestly expecting it's a fun day, you know, that people were just coming to compete in a fun environment. The event was amazing. You know, but seeing our team like fighting for it
And having so much fun.
and laughing and
Yeah.
like it's really honestly I was getting emotional because I was like watching these girls and just really thinking like this is the dream. This is what we wanted.
Yeah.
You know, so
I think every time even
Yeah.
we go back and forth, and because of my work, I tend to travel a little bit. I try not to as much, but sometimes I have to. And then I go and I come back. And in the beginning, you know, like any other business, a lot of the people coming in are your close people supporting you. And shout out to all of them for helping us out in the beginning and till this day. But every time I go in and back and forth, and I'm like, these new faces are here, and I'm like, oh, I don't know them. Nouf, Najla, do you know them? Do we know them in person? Does anyone know them? And it's just how, and you come in and you talk to them and you introduce yourself.
And then
they're
one
like,
month later,
and then there's
they're-
more people coming in, and
no,
then
but
more.
1 month later, like these people who were strangers a month ago
Are-
are now part of the family. Like it's so
Humbling,
easy,
honestly, to
you know,
see it.
to welcome these people and for them to also feel like they're part of this.
Yes.
And I feel like that's what makes us different.
Yeah.
So many people in this event came to support us. I did not expect. You know, it's their weekend. It's their time to be wherever, and they chose to be with us. They chose to come and support us, and they stayed and they helped us set up, and they helped us, you know, they don't have to do that, but they did.
Yeah. They chose to do it.
They chose to do
Yes.
it. You know, they came and they were helping. Like if they saw something like fall down in our corner, they would like run and help without
Yeah.
even asking us. So it really honestly feels like a family. And this is what we've been trying to build, just these strong, amazing women. And I can tell you something. If you go anywhere and you see someone and she tells you like she's a TRIBUS client, you will know. Because they are all like amazing, strong, confident, thoughtful. Like, we're blessed.
Yes.
Honestly, we're so blessed.
And I felt it yesterday because everyone, even when we're doing the game, the two team compete, it was competition, be real, but also friendly. It's not about winning or lose, it's about being together.
Yes.
When you were talking about, it's about how you fought for it. I had tears in my eyes because boxing is a sport that's dear to my heart. I used to box in Hong Kong every single day. I told you about it. And one of my very first interviews was with a photographer, and he told me that the reason why people come to watch a boxing match is not to watch someone big and strong and beat everyone else. It's about when you can't do it anymore, you're on the ground, but you chose to get up and you fight one more round.
Yeah.
And it's about being in the ring and going back to the ring. I'm sure this journey of 2 years, 5 years hasn't been all rainbows. It's hard. There are days that, but you chose to do it. You support
Push
each other,
through.
and then you do it again and again, and then there will be more. I want to ask one last question, one final question, which is more personally for each of you. How do you define the success of your life? And then for both of you, how do you define the success of TRIBUS?
Do you want to go first?
No, you go. You got it. Let me just think of it.
Honestly, on a personal level, I would say that I defined my success as being, I know this is such a cliche answer, but being happy, just being fulfilled in my own life and giving back. I remember ever since I was a kid, when I imagined my future, all I wanted was to be able to give back. Just do something. This, like, what do you want to be? I wanted to be every single thing under the sun. I could never
I think
really
that's the
choose.
commonality. I think we both wanted to be everything.
But I know that I wanted to help people. This is what I wanted to do. I had a phase I wanted to be a lawyer, and the reason I wanted to do that was I saw so many people struggling, and I just wanted to help people do that. And then I wanted to be into this and that. So I have now, from a career perspective, I'm building this place where I'm actually giving back to women in the most important thing, which is their body, their health, the most important thing to them.
Yeah.
So I'm giving back in that area. On a personal level, I've built this beautiful family, where I have the most amazing husband and I have the two most amazing kids,
Cutest
and I'm giving everything to my family and to this place. So on a personal level, this is how I really do define my success. It's not that I'm, plastered all over, every magazine in the world, like being
Famous or...
this is not my goal. My goal is to give back and just share my journey that I told you in the beginning, my fitness journey and my health journey. I wanted to share it, and and I think on a TRIBUS level,
I think on, maybe I can answer we can answer
personal.
together the TRIBUS one.
Yeah.
I think for both of us, or for all three of us, honestly, and all the team, I think with TRIBUS, it's the success is by the people coming in, by the people that we have. At the end of the day, success is with the people who make it successful. We talk about these people a lot because they're so important. At the end of the day, we would not be here, we would not
Without their support.
without their support. And it's not one person, it's every single person that comes through and made an impact with us is the point of this journey. I think, to me at least, that's the success of TRIBUS at the end of the day.
And also to speak on what you said, which was so beautiful about the boxing and to get back up after. And I spoke about the event we were in, and there was a moment where they mentioned to us that we won, but then they came after like 5 minutes and then they told us, oh, sorry, no, you didn't win. We need to do a tiebreaker. And so the last tiebreaker was planks.
Yes.
So two girls from our clients, our team, had to do planks against another gym. And they did the plank for 7 minutes, and both like the other team, one fell down and the other one was like really struggling. The two girls stayed for 7 minutes fighting, like they were shaking, and I was watching them and I said, no one does this just for a fun competition. They're doing it because they believe in this and they feel good about themselves and they're confident.
Yeah.
And they feel strong. And so as I was watching them, I really felt like this is it. This is what we were trying to build. That's it. If this is what I get out of this business, just making these women feel this way, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Exactly. It's just that being impactful, actually changing someone's life. I think going back, that's the answer in terms of the TRIBUS one. I think for me, I come from a very entrepreneurial background, business-related, art and everything, and a very, let's say, competitive family when it comes to the business industry. For me, it's always been, how can I, as Najla, growing up similar ways, and I think Nouf as well, we wanted to be everything in a sense. My mom always said, calm down, you need to figure out what you want in life. I want to be everything, I want to do everything. And I think the fact that I actually am doing this, it's not the way younger me envisioned it, and he saw it coming, but I am, because being an entrepreneur, I get to be everything I want to be and be a part of everything I want to see in this world, and investing and seeing all these things. So for me, that when you mentioned the falling down and actually standing up every day, because fitness, let's say, is the reason why I chose to be a part of it is for my mental health. I think the fact that I have to wake up every day and remind myself why I'm doing this and why I'm doing these 3 jobs, these 2 jobs, this effort, there's so much effort that I'm putting in. And it's not something that I directly see towards me, but it's for people. It makes me the happiest. Me being, how do I say it? But how I can help someone, or I change someone's life or a minute, or just being impactful in someone's life is what I wanted to do at the end of the day. And I get to do that sometimes. صراحة, I'm not a trainer. I don't have that for me. But the fact that we created this and that I get to see or be a part of this experience for someone's journey is all I could ask for. As long as I can be a positive impact on this earth, that's all I want.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's about being impactful in people's lives, whether it's 1 minute helping people with their physical health, mental health, spiritual health. And I strongly believe the 2 girls who plank for 7 minutes on the floor, who win the competition, they take that spirit to their lives.
Yeah.
And when they go out to the world, they fight, they do business, they do amazing things.
And by the way, one of them is a mom of mashallah.
I think.
يعني she is like
Wow.
يعني literally the word, like when you say goals about somebody, that's her, because her daughter was there watching her mom do that. And I swear it was, I know people will say, oh my God, you're being so dramatic about a plank, but no, it was just them fighting through it and pushing through.
Yes.
You know, it's that
It's a
was when the
difficult thing
struggle
to do, yeah.
happened. They stuck by it, and everybody around them, like all of our team, was cheering and screaming and was so invested. Like I felt if those girls fell down, the entire team would, like, you know, break down, because this is how connected we are.
Yes.
Everyone is struggling with you. Everyone is fighting for you. Everyone wants you to succeed. And by one person succeeding in TRIBUS, we all succeed.
Yes.
You know, and your failure is our failure. Your success is our success. We support every single person here, and that moment is I think one of the moments that really stuck by me, and I will never forget this forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think,
And
I think at the end of the day, there's a saying, but I don't think we should have it. بس إن my mom دايما تقول اليد الواحدة ما تصفق, which means, if you're the better translator.
One hand can't clap. It's
One
like,
hand
it's kind
can't
of like
clap.
it takes 2 to tango, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
or
Yes.
something.
We always grew
within
up.
this.
My mom always said one hand can't clap. So
In
you
Chinese,
always
we have the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah,
One hand
一
can't
个
clap?
巴掌拍不响, one hand cannot clap.
Oh,
the exact,
wow.
the literal
See?
translation.
It's the same thing
It's the
for
same thing.
everyone. I
Yes.
think at the end of the day, and I think that's the beauty of it. You always need a person with you to not always, but in a sense, that sense of that person is always what you need.
Yes.
And that's a perfect, I think, example to sum it all up, is without the other hand, which is every single team member, every single you know, client or tribe
Family,
member, I would say, our families,
Friends.
you know, our friends, all of these people, we wouldn't be able to
Clap.
to clap.
Yes. Yes.
So, you know, this really sums it up, and I hope one day we can even have more impact, and we can actually achieve greater and better things, because we do have plans.
Yes.
Yes.
We will not really say a lot about it
Yes.
now, but you will be seeing a lot more from TRIBUS. That's not just being a fitness hub.
Yeah.
It's expanding more into the industry.
Yeah.
And stay tuned.
Yes. I have no doubt you'll be able to achieve anything and everything you want.
Thank
you.
you.
Yes.
Thank you so
Because
much.
it really takes 2 hands to clap and
Yes.
older people to build
I think
TRIBUS.
that should be our new slogan.
Yes. I'll tell my mom that it made sense now as I got older.
What is it in Arabic? Can you say it?
اليد الواحدة ما تصفق. One hand cannot clap.
Thank you so much. Diyala and Najla, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and it's so lovely having you here again, and everyone here as well, the team behind.